This year, California's wildfires are being called the worst in the state's history. The governor and others claim climate change is the chief culprit. But Lisa Fletcher has been tracking the Golden State's fires for several years and finds the real problem might be something else.
There is no debate that this California fire season is historic in devastation, in size, and in costs. Over 3 million acres burned by the end of September, and that's with the majority of the fires still burning out of control. The fires have been frightening in their intensity. They have created unearthly scenes. But California has had a fire problem for decades. In the past 30 years, nearly 20 million acres have been destroyed by wildfires. In 2016, we went to Big Sur, site of the most expensive California wildfire to date. Then we found one of the problems wasn't global, but very small, a bark beetle that was turning forests into dead zones.
They're estimating over 60 million trees are dead standing right now, all over the state.
And what is the translation for a firefighter?
The translation for a firefighter is one, faster moving, more deadly fires, and the fact that even while they're fighting these fires, there's the danger of the trees dropping on them at any point.
And you already had one firefighter killed with the tree dropping on them.
There was a firefighter killed last week from a tree dropping on them. That's correct.
Forest fires produce a double jeopardy. After crews extinguish the flames, the barren landscape creates a threat from mudslides and poisoning local water.
We don't have the resources we need to invest in reforestation. And we have a substantial backlog. I think it may be as much as 5 million acres of areas where we'd like to plant trees post-fire, and we essentially can't.
Yes. We spoke with Robert Bonney, who was then head of the U.S. Forest Service. It's the agency in charge of fighting fires, but also preventing them. Bonney told us year after year, wildfires are burning through more budget dollars.
It was close to $3 billion last year, out of an agency budget that's about $5 billion.
According to FEMA, every dollar put toward prevention equals $4 in disaster cost savings for taxpayers. It's one of the reasons Bonney has spent years urging Congress to treat fires like natural disasters. Doing so would shift the cost from the Forest Service to FEMA, adding firefighting to emergency funding used for hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods. In 2018, Congress was set to vote on a disaster aid bill that would do that. Lawmakers delayed that vote to avoid a government shutdown. And here we are in 2020, and California's fire apocalypse brought political opposites together. President Trump and California Governor Gavin Newsom, who do not agree on one thing.
Please respect, and I know you do, the difference of opinion out here as it relates to this fundamental issue on the issue of climate change.
But what California forest experts have been telling us for years came to the table.
So they were largely dead, or the area was largely dead in terms of the trees?
They died from the beetle kill, and now they're being burned up by the fires.
And the issue of land management, stopping fires before they happen, finally got the federal funding to bring changes that may leave an impact far beyond this fire season.
Looking past almost 1,000+ years that we have not done justice on our forest management. Your administration just entered into a first-type commitment over the next 20 years to double our vegetation management.
California received even more fire assistance grants through the president's disaster relief program. So what that basically means is that California can be reimbursed for about 75% of its forest management and fire suppression costs.
So do they seem to think that money will make a difference in the next California wildfires?
Firefighters out on the ground told us they think it will.
All right, let's hope so.
Yeah.